This the Black Powder Podcast. Kick up your feet, lean on your armrest, and get your mind blessed on this conquest. Hold a grip like a 12 gauge, let this moment kick. Black people moving and having some gun ownership. I carry weight, not to keep the camera safe. It's thinking about you, my kids and my parents' faces. The big topics, they don't wanna involve us. Think we're novice, but now we're moving hard with revolvers. This the Black Powder Podcast, let's get it started.
Primers hit, the powder's lit. It's time to get on target. Welcome to another episode of the Black Powder Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Yasuke Fett. And just a general reminder of your marching orders and why we have created the Black Powder Podcast. The main mission is to change the social view of black society and firearms. How do we do that? Glad you asked. We talk, walk, read, write, and think about it to find a better solution for a brighter future for the proper protection of black people. Join us through education, practice, and safety as we take down the stigma of black people and guns, one discussion at a time. Just trying to make sure that we're sighted in for this week, considering that there's been a lot going on. As of last Saturday, you can expect the podcast for the increase of child deaths in the home due to firearms being already updated. You can also expect to get a feature on the slap heard around the world. It'll be myself as well as Mr. Theron talking about the end result of what the slap heard around the world, aka the slap that Will Smith applied to Chris Rock's face, heard around the world, can have on black society as a whole, whether it affects us in America or other countries or in our own households. We just have to wait and see. And there's been so much talk about it to the point where nobody's thought about it from the gun standpoint. Nobody has thought about it from the mental health standpoint involving guns. So we definitely chop it up and get down to the brass on that episode. Should be coming up soon. Expect a dual release on not just my platform, but his platform as well. So that should be amazing. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah!
And also keep a lookout for some new things that I got in Pipeworks. If you like some funny things, I'm thinking about the High Point Hall of Fame or High Points. I don't know what I'll call it, but I do plan on finding some funny headlines involving just ridiculous negligence in guns to the point where it might be, I don't know, a robber went to go rob a convenience store utilizing a Nerf gun that was spray painted all black. I don't know, just something stupid. Because, after all, it's called a High Point. What do you expect? Also, I'm trying to find more women to do interviews with because, don't get me wrong, this is a male-governed show. I am the host. I myself am a black male, but nonetheless, it would be nice to get the perspective of women. And I do know that there are some prominent women figures out there in the firearm world. So if you are interested, please, by all means, especially if you have access to Zoom, send an email to blackpowderpodcast@gmail.com. I'm on Facebook, Twitter. I think I might work on Twitch, I'm not sure yet, but nonetheless, please feel free to reach out. And matter of fact, the level of experience doesn't necessarily have to be an expert or a master in this area. You can be a novice. Please feel free, come on, ask questions. This podcast is made for black people as a whole. As stated before though, this can benefit everyone, especially if you have questions or unsure about firearms. So please, by all means, do not be afraid to reach out. Let's all get on target.
This the Black Powder Podcast, let's get explicit. We got the wisdom hitting targets with a marksman precision. We're having fun in the booth, we're running gun for the truth. Every future black gun owner, we're spreading the news. We do illegal, we're moving regal and blessing the people. Some hopes for the culture, we keep it locked like guns in our holster. Holding it down as we're loading the rounds. If they were nervous back then they're gonna be scared of us now. Black Powder Podcast, we'll be back in a while.